It's Thunder E here, and welcome to another news episode of Comic Crunch. And I apologize that you're seeing lines on my screen. It might get worse, so you might not see me. So get used to seeing more of Mr. Lou Rod. How's it going, man?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Good. So we knew that a big blowout news for Justice League was going to drop today because they invited a bunch of reporters, including El Miami, Devin Farsi, who didn't like BVS, and a bunch of people to go for a set visit for the movie. And today they've dropped, and actually some sites are saying there's going to be more news throughout the week. So we might see more and more revelations. But we saw a bunch of stuff, and I know we already started talking about this earlier. Your thoughts on what you've seen so far, and you're like, I know you gave me a little man attitude to it, so go ahead and fire away.
It is what it is. Give me a movie. I don't care about set visits. Because shit changes. All that shit they talked about could change.
No, it's true, but they showed a lot of things they've already recorded. So not everything's going to change, per se. So the first big thing, at least we know we got, was the Justice League logo, or at least the theme, the logo for the movie. And here it is. It's just like the DC logo. It's very simple, and we know how the DC logo is. Straightforward. God. It kind of reminds me but it does remind me of the animated Justice League logo, though.
Yeah, man, that logo, boy, it's catchy, man. I'm gonna go jump off a roof because it's so good.
I agree. It's very plain, but for me, I'm fine with it. You know what? I'm not one where you want too much pizzazz and things like that. I apologize, guys. My screen is all over the place. I'm actually going to turn off my camera at this point. But that's the Justice League logo. That's what we get. Yeah, nothing crazy with it. Nothing, super exciting. But at least we know that the movie, to me, like I said, it looks like the animated Justice League logo, almost the same, which is fine. That's cool with me. The other thing, the other big mentions that they actually showcased were the tone of the movie. The tone of the movie is going to be lighter, which, granted, a lot of people have talked about the fact that this is because of BVS. You do remember before BVS came out, even actually starting in November, they said Justice League will have a lighter tone. So if something was going to happen, maybe BVS just made it. I just hope BVS does not push it to Marvel levels lightness, because I hate it. I do not like Marvel level lightness. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I enjoy it, but it's not my cup of tea.
Yes.
Yeah. So
if Marvel movies were a little darker, they would be fine. But since we're 14 movies in, we're kind of used to it. Yes,
that's pretty much it. I'll put it that way. A couple of things they mentioned here. This says that the storyline, the main villain is going to be Steppenwolf, who is the character we saw from the deleted scene with Lex. And he's actually going to look like that. He's not going to look like his comic book version of Steppenwolf, where Steppenwolf looks more human. So he's going to be more of that. So they haven't cast the actor who's going to do the voice of Steppenwolf yet. One interesting character that is going to be in the movie that, as a fan of Game of Thrones, you would like is
Coleman.
Yep, that's right. He's going to be in the movie. He's going to be an Atlantean with that beard too. The beard is going to be waving in the water. What did he say?
He's going to be an ancient king.
No, he's not the ancient king.
Yeah, I thought I read he was going to be an ancient king.
No, there's no confirmation. I think IGN says he's going to be the ancient king, but there's no confirmation. All I've heard from other sources is that they have artwork of him, on the storyboards that look exactly like him. That's how they knew he was in the movie. That's it. So maybe he might be the ancient king, or maybe he might be an Atlantean. Who knows? We're not sure. But it could fit though, because the movie is going to start off the same way as Man of Steel started off. It's going to go back in the past. And remember the time we talked about the rumor where there's a war between with the Atlanteans, humans, and what's his name? And Amazonians against Darkseid's forces. So that's actually the prologue of the movie. Zeus is going to also show up there too at that point. Now it's not going to be Liam Neeson. What do you say?
A little Zeus.
Hello, Zeus. It's not Liam Nielsen. Don't worry. He's not Zeus from Wrath of the Titans. But that's going to be a prologue there. Some of the things they described, they said the Amazonians looked very, what's the word? A little bit rudimental. They wore leather. This was like 5,000 years ago, right? Wore leather, and they still had armors and shield, while the Atlanteans looked sophisticated. They had guns, you know. they were. I mean, they had weapons. They were more. They said the Atlanteans were more elves, in a sense. If you wanted to use the Lord of the Rings analogy, they're more elves, while the Amazonians were, I guess, you could say not dwarfs in size, but you know, more like dwarfs in that category. So that would be interesting to see. And then the movie will revolve around the 3 mother boxes. So they actually were 3 different mother boxes, one for humans, one for the Atlanteans, one for the Amazonians. So also, what is that?
So in this case, we've already seen the Earthling one get used because that's going to create Cyborg.
Yeah. But I also think it's also playing along with the Lord of the Rings storyline. I think Darkseid came and dropped the mother boxes like the rings in Lord of the Rings, right? I mean, look, if you're gonna steal a good story, you might as well steal that one, right? And just call it a day. And he dropped the mother boxes. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm guessing that's what it is. He dropped the mother boxes, and
well, okay. Since you're saying that, so then the Nightcrawler machine, was that taken from the Wild Wild West Will Smith's movie? The giant spider bot?
Yeah. That's what I thought too. So we'll get to the Nightcrawler in a second. Well, it's night as in KNIGHT, not Nightcrawler as in, you know, midnight. So it's like Dark Knight. But yeah, we'll get to that in a second. So the boxes are different. Each box actually has a very different look and feel to it. Not sure how that plays, but we're going to see it in that sequence in there. My thought here is, who leads? So they said in the artwork, the humans look like Vikings, right? And we know how the Amazonians and the Atlanteans look, but who's going to lead the human beings? That's my question, because I think it will play later on in some of the storyline. I think it's Vandal Savage.
Oh, you think they're going to introduce him?
I think they might. I think they may not mention him as Vandal Savage, but I think we might get like a clue into that it might be Vandal Savage at that point, because that's the only person who's logically will lead the humans, right? At that point.
Yeah, think about it.
Yeah. And again, yeah. Grandpa
Trevor? No, this was way before his time.
5,000 years, way before his time. So it's got to be Vandal. To me, it's got to be Vandal Savage at that point.
Leading the cavemen?
No, it was 5,000 years though, so it's not that far off. I mean, like, they skew human history in the sense to say, yeah, you know, Vikings were around that time, or, you know, fighting warriors of like that kind were around, you know. So you can always skew it. It doesn't have to be direct history saying, oh no human beings had weapons at that point. Come on, you just have to skew it whatever way you want. But I think it will be Vandal Savage. It should be good to have him in that DC line at some point, because you can use him for almost any villain for anybody, really, if you wanted to.
That's actually a good way to introduce him too.
Yeah. So you don't have to talk much about him, but you know, maybe when they're about to fight, right? The Hippolyta and the old Atlantean king, and they say, you know, like they go, Savage, do you have your people ready? Everybody's like, oh shit, it's Vandal. Anyone who knows will know it's Vandal Savage, and that's done. You know, you don't have to do anything else.
Well, Vandal Savage will be still fresh in people's minds with the coming off of Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's comic book fans who watch that show. I'm talking about general public just will know. It just won't even matter. Literally, how many people watch the show? It's 2 million people tops. That's the thing. It's just like all the people who complain about Flash and say, oh, you're making another Flash. I'm like, look, at the end of the day, it's like 2 to 3 million people who watch that show. Most general public don't know. They don't know who the Flash is. So as much as you want, they can do that. So speaking of the Flash, they explained a very cool scene with Batman and Flash, when Batman actually goes to recruit the Flash. Yeah, well, Chris, we would, but the news just dropped today, and it dropped way early. So I was like, all right, we need to do a chat at some point. during the day. So, but yeah, thanks for chiming in though. So there's a cool scene between Batman and the Flash, and in the scene sequence, Bruce Wayne goes to Barry Allen's apartment, and he's he's telling him, "Look, I know you have powers. I know you're the Flash," and he's denying it. He shows him the photo from the liquor store, right? And he's denying it, and he's like, "Oh, that guy looks pretty good. That's not me." Blah blah blah. Doing a very Barry Allen, because as much as people say Barry Allen is funny in the TV show, to me, he's not funny. He just has funny moments or funny situations per se. He's not funny per se.
Honestly, I don't even think he's funny on the show. I think Cisco is the one.
Yeah, Cisco is a funny
comic relief.
Exactly. See, so he's funny. He's funny in this one, in this, and then Batman gets literally just gets tired of him misdirecting, and he throws a batarang at him. He's like, they said he spins around and he throws a batarang at him, and in his disbelief, but excitement at the same time, they're like, it slows down, and he catches the batarang, and he realizes that this is Batman. And then Batman goes, "Look, I'm sending up a team and he just cuts him off. He's like, I'm in." Typical, it's more the Justice League cartoon Barry Allen, where he's like, immediately he jumps in. He's like, and Batman's like, "I have not really explained anything to you at this point." He's like, "Whatever, I'm in." So that's, that's kind of like the sense of the tone that you get from Barry Allen from this. Another scene they described was on Gotham. They are on top of a building. Commissioner Gordon, who doesn't look like Muscle Grandpa. They said he looks like Commissioner Gordon.
But we already knew that was going to be the case. They're going to.
I know it's just people being foolish. He's standing next to the bat signal and he's talking to Batman, and he tells Batman that 8 scientists have been captured, and then Flash and Wonder Woman standing next to him. And then Cyborg walks up and says, "No, it's not. One was taken from Star Labs," which most likely we guess is his father, right? From Star Labs. And then Wonder Woman smiles at what's his name, Cyborg, kind of indicating that Cyborg has now finally decided to join the team. And then they say something, and everybody leaves, and Flash is still standing there. And then he's asking, the way they describe it, he's asking Commissioner Gordon. He's like, "Well, am I supposed to go? Or what's going on?" So Flash is still playing. He's playing that version of himself where he's still always late. You know how Flash in the TV show can always be late to stuff.
Well, he's playing the comic. He's going to be the funny guy.
Yeah, he's going to be a funny guy. But yeah, he's doing that with, and it looks like the chemistry between him and Cyborg is pretty good, which is why I said that Flash movie is going to be Flash Cyborg movie. It really will be. It'll be more Flash, but then Cyborg will be there at least, I'll say 40% of the time.
This is the approach that Marvel's taking now, with bringing some of the
Hulk and Thor, yeah, exactly, and together. So I think
when the movies are alone, it ruins the continuity of why didn't this person come and help? So I can see just DC saying, "You know what? Screw it. We're going to go this approach." Flash Cyborg movie. Wonder Woman obviously was filmed on her own, but you might get a hint of someone in it.
Yeah, but true. But there are also certain characters that you can actually do on their own. I mean, you can do the big 3 on their own any day of the week. You can do a Wonder Woman. I mean, if Wonder Woman movie is good, then fine. You can always do a Wonder Woman movie on their own. You can definitely do a Batman movie by himself. Everybody go watch that. Doesn't matter at all. You can't.
Yeah, but
the person who you can is the Aquaman, Flash, and Cyborg. Those are the ones that are harder to do on their own.
Superman can be on his own, but honestly, he needs to just call up Batman and be like, "Hey, could you check something out for me?"
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
get him on the phone.
Yeah, get him on the phone and say something, or maybe that kind of thing. Yeah, Superman can always need help from all these other people and ask, but in terms of firepower, I mean, he doesn't need anybody else's firepower at all, really. But Batman, of course, would not ask for anybody's firepower anyway, because we all know how he is.
You read it down later in the article.
Yeah.
Him and Alfred are just over there making fucking war machines.
Oh yeah, so they describe Batman's war chest. Man, Tony Stark has armor, But dude, it sounds like this dude has been amassing some shit because this movie takes place. And again, if you guys are watching,
later,
it's after Suicide Squad. They say it's a few months after Suicide Squad, roughly, in terms of timeline. And they also mentioned that all the movies are standalone with interconnection. So everything should be wrapped up in that movie. Every storyline should be wrapped up in that movie, but it's connected in various ways. But Batman has a bat hangar, and it's always had this. So it's not like this hangar was just made for this movie. That's where the bat plane is kept, which is why the bat plane is not in the Batcave. The Batcave is literally just for the Batmobile. But the bat hangar has a vehicle called the Nightcrawler, which was originally from the 1960s, made by his dad for the army. But he still kept on working on it. And it has another vehicle called the Flying Fox. Just call it the Justice League's own Quinjet or whatever you want to call that, right? Because it's a Flying Fortress vehicle that can house the Batmobile. It has enough seating for all the Justice League members. And then in the artwork they showed Alfred in the gunner turret in the front. So it looks like Alfred's gonna go out for some mission, at least on a mission here on this.
Yeah, but you heard the Batmobile got more machine guns and a rocket missile launcher.
Yeah. So let me show you the image. There's an image of the Batmobile here. Now it doesn't show all the attachments because I think some of the attachments are just CG placed into it. But here's a good one. This is of El Mayimbe because I found another one, but it was too small. But here's a good image here. I'm gonna blow this up. So you can see the Batmobile, right? Actually, hold on a second. Let me just focus on my image here. Apologize. There we go. So if you guys are listening to this, or at least if you're listening to this, you can see the Batmobile here. In the front where you had the gun turret are now rocket launchers, mini rocket launchers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, right behind El Mayimbe, there are also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mini rocket launchers here, if you can see that. So on each side. Then there's also right here on the top, those are where by the front wheel, by each front wheel, there are 2 machine gun mounts right there. And then supposedly there should be rocket launchers at the back added too. So I think you can see the machine gun clip right here. So, a lot of people are like, I thought Batman was going to kill, but he's fighting parademons this time. I think he should be allowed to blow them up.
Can you zoom in on this picture?
I think, I think I can. Where's my zoom functionality? Is that zoom? Here we go.
What's that behind the Batmobile?
I don't know. That could be part of the Flying Fox. I don't even know what this is at all. So if I zoom in here, I don't know what this is. But if we zoom in closer, you can also see the Batmobile has changed a little bit. The front glass panel looks like it's, I don't know, after Superman ripped it up the first time, he went to go reinforce it or something. That could be it.
Reinforcing.
Yeah, but it still won't matter anyway. But you can see as I move in closer, there are missiles at the back right here, right behind El Mayimbe. This is the machine gun mount. So there are 2 machine gun turrets right here. And then in the front, you can clearly see
that's 6. Only 4.
Huh?
That's only 4.
What? 6.
Like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
okay, 6.
6 missiles right here in the front.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what the hell is this?
What?
On the wheel well.
Where? On the top here?
No, right over here to the left. Yeah, right there.
This?
I wonder what that is.
I don't know. I don't know. It might. I have no idea. I
know it ain't no headlight.
It might be the headlights because there's no headlights in front. See?
Dude, this could be the headlight right here.
I don't
this
know.
car is built kind of like a NASCAR.
Yeah, it is.
On the bottom.
Yeah,
on the bottom part of the grill.
Yeah, but these are air vents though. These are air vents for.
That's where NASCAR keeps their air vents.
So but also a lot of sport cars have air vents in the front and the bottom, so it makes sense. But yeah, this is what the Batmobile will have added to it. So there's gonna be more firepower for all of you who are like, oh my god, Batman has more missiles and stuff in there. So that's gonna be it's gonna be in there. The other thing too is the Nightcrawler has 4 legs, which is what we're talking about what do you call it again? Earlier with Wild Wild West. The reason for that vehicle is that it takes place in the action sequence where supposedly all the scientists have been. So there's actually some dialogue I guess they got from it. The scientists have been captured by parademons. And of course, Gordon also lists some of the information he knows, and he says, some flying monkeys have captured them. That's all we can gather from people, and it looks like they're actually in Stryker's Island. So in between, Metropolis and Gotham, that island there is underneath Stryker's Island, and Batman's like, well, there's a tunnel that they built to actually go between Metropolis and Gotham, but it was abandoned in the 1920s. So he takes his vehicle there because it's not a proper road. It's just a tunnel that he built. So that's why he says he uses that vehicle, and that vehicle can climb into certain areas. So it's not just a straight down tunnel, which is why they have it. And we'll see. Most likely, Batman will use it to fight off parademons and stuff. Now, Batman will also have two. You have two Bat costumes in the movie. The first one is his regular Bat costume, but it's also had added armor plating. I'm sure maybe because after he got beat up by Superman a little bit, he probably added that. The second outfit will have hydraulic arm, mechanized armor. So basically, like an exoskeleton, so that he can actually fight, beings that are stronger than him. And
he doesn't have a swimsuit.
A what?
He ain't got a swimsuit.
No. A mechanized. It's an exoskeleton.
No, I get what you're saying, but he's gonna need to go underwater. They gotta go get Aquaman.
Yeah, we don't know. Maybe the bat suit is already waterproof at this point. It could be that. I have no idea of that, but who knows? Now, Willem Dafoe is playing Volk, who is Aquaman's right-hand man. So this is Volk in the comic book here. So he's an advisor to Aquaman in the comics, and this is the character right here. And let's just blow this up for you. So he's Aquaman's right-hand man, but I think he also turns on Aquaman in the New 52 at some point. So even though he's playing a good guy, we all know Willem Dafoe can't do that too long.
He needs to be a bad guy.
Yeah?
He needs to become evil.
Yeah, exactly. So I think he's going to eventually become evil at some point. The score of the movie is going to be done by Junkie XL, who did the score with Hans Zimmer. I figured that was going to be logical because at least he knows, the direction of how these movies have gone. So he's doing the score of this movie. Debbie Snyder, who's Zack Snyder's wife and also the executive producer of the movie, said that they've learned things from the action from BVS. People don't want their superheroes to be deconstructed. Which is why, BVS is the darkest in the trilogy. I personally like heroes being deconstructed. I just don't like them chopping up the movie that you should have had longer, especially after you see all the details from people who've seen the extended cut. So they said there's going to be more humor. Batman will have more humor, but he'll have dark humor, which as long as they don't give him jokey lines like, what's his name? Robert Downey Jr., I'm fine. As long as you give him dark humor, that's okay in that one, in there. They will be at Comic-Con, so you will see them on Comic-Con. There's a lot of stuff that they revealed and showed, but nothing too crazy to give away spoilers of the movie. So there's nothing that really takes away from the movie itself or what to expect. What we do know is that 3 mother boxes were given to humans, Atlanteans, and Amazonians about 5,000 years ago. And there was a war, which most likely pushed Darkseid. So we're still not going to see Darkseid. Now, here's the official synopsis of the movie. The official synopsis is fueled by his restored faith in humanity and inspired by Superman's selfless act. Bruce Wayne enlists the help of newfound ally Diana Prince to face even greater enemies. Together, Batman and Wonder Woman work quickly to find and recruit a team of metahumans to stand against the newly awakened threat. But despite the formation of this unprecedented league of heroes, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, and Flash, it may be already too late to save the planet from an assault of catastrophic proportions. So that's what we have in this movie. Now, Superman, they showed nothing of Superman on set visit. The only thing that they showed was when they had a set image of all the Justice League together, including Superman. That was it. So most likely Superman will show up in the third act of the movie. That's my guess from everything, because with all the things you hear, it has to be the third act. You can't have him in the first act of the movie. So it's got to be the third act. He's going to show up in the third act of the movie, and they talked about his resurrection, but they didn't mention anything specific. They said he's going to come back. Some people are hinting he might have long hair, like in the comic books when he came back. But that's pretty much that with Superman. So all Henry Cavill is going to be doing is just lifting weights for the next at least 2 months while he's on set. Ben Affleck also confirmed that he's directing a standalone Batman movie. Even though, everybody knew that, but I guess coming from his mouth, at least is official confirmation. He also said that you're going to see more of Batman the Detective in this one, which makes sense because he really can't fight anyone until he gets that heavy armor suit. And also, he's not going to make the Batman. So basically, I was listening to another podcast who went, and he said he has a release date for the Batman movie, and he said he's not going to make the release date. He told every reporter there he's not going to make it because he said he's not going to shoot the movie until he has a script that is perfect in his mind. So he has a script, but I guess he feels it's not there yet. I think he wants to win an Oscar with that Batman movie. I think one. I think he wants to win one Oscar. I think, you know why? Because I think for him, it wants to be that slap in the face to the Academy. Not slap in the face, but it's like, look, yes, this shit can win an Oscar. Not just like Heath Ledger winning Best Supporting Actor. Because you know what? If he didn't pass away, I don't think he would have won. I mean, I think he was good enough to win. Yeah. And I think, he should have won. But I think the Academy really just said, well, okay, yeah, he was good. And he also passed away. It's perfect. It's like a perfect, alignment of the stars.
Them old farts need to be taken out.
So yeah, I think he wants to win an Oscar with a Batman movie, and which is why he's like, all right, I'm going to do this when I feel it's perfect. So WB will have to see how they match things up, and put things together. Now they said the Bat Hangar had a lot of the Flying Fox, which is their massive flying vehicle, has a lot of weaponry in there, has a lot of space. They said, I mean, the guys were describing it, they're like, this looks like the perfect thing to sell as a toy. I mean, just really sell as a toy. Like the Spider one is more like you're selling like Burger King's packs. And then this other one, they've like, yeah, this is the one that really, like, even if you're an adult, you go, okay, fine, that looks cool. That's like something I'll definitely pick up. Let's see what else did they mention, because there's a bunch of things there. What's his name? Cyborg's outfit is all mocap or CGI mocap. They said on set all he had was the eye ring on one of his eyes, and he had the chest plate, and everything else would be mocapped on top. So we'll see how that looks. But Flash's outfit was red. And they mentioned something, since we like to cover tech, they mentioned something cool. They said the Flash's outfit was made out of 3D printed. So all the outfits are 3D printed on set. So they actually 3D printed the Flash's outfit. It's 170 pieces. But they said it only took about 5 to 10 minutes to put it together.
I thought it was more.
It's 170.
I thought it was 200.
No, it's 170. Well, unless somebody else was counting. Frosty was saying it's 170. Sorry. Flash's costume is 148. You're right, 200. The suit is 148. The cowl is 70 pieces. My bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he said it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to put together. So they found a better way to make, how everybody complains about putting on the costume in superhero movie, that it's too hard, it's too, it's too tight and all that stuff. It looks like they found a better way to make that and put it together. They suggested that Flash actually broke into NASA to use the 3D printer to make his first outfit. And then Of course, Bruce Wayne made his second, and he wears sneakers. Although the way they described it, everybody said that they would buy those sneakers if they actually released them. So, so it looks like WB is going to get into some Nike merchandising.
All right.
You know, the thing about the Flash outfit, what makes it very different compared to the TV show, they said his outfit has, so you know, like the new 50, not the new 50, what's the new one again? Rebirth. You know, his outfit has, you can see all those lines on the outfit. The Flash's outfit, like you see the lining around, like it looks like there's lightning around his outfit. So in this, it said he has conductive wire around because they said he generates so much electricity that he uses that to either store or dissipate the electricity off him. Because, in this world, everything is got to be explained. You got to explain almost every basic of outfit, purpose, and use. But I guess it also makes sure that he doesn't rip apart from the backwash of electricity that he creates. So we'll see if he uses it in some form of fashion or whichever way it's designed. But pretty much Bruce Wayne helps him build his. Bruce Wayne basically is, like Tony Stark, he basically weaponizes or builds everybody's suits in this one, he and Alfred. And, they have enough money to do that. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. In general, there's a lot of stuff. Some not as interesting, some not. I'm looking at Screen Rant. Everybody has their 50 things, 60 things to know about Justice League. Collider put 60, El Miami put 20, Screen Rant put 33. One of them is that Superman is in the movie. Justice League is a very different movie from BVS. Justice League roster is confirmed. It also looks like what's his name? The old gods and new gods are in. So the whole thing of Apocalypse, the whole thing of new gods are Apocalypse, old gods are Zeus. That's all into the storyline. So you're going to see that. You're going to see that quite clearly. Jack Kirby's New Gods, which is the comic book that basically introduced Darkseid, is an influence to this storyline. Mother boxes are always key. We're going to get a look at Atlantis now. Some people talked about the storyboards of Atlantis. It looked, blue. You would expect. Vibrant. The one thing is Amber Heard is still in the movie.
Well, she probably had a small role, so that's why they can keep her in the movie. Hopefully she gets her shit together.
Yeah, she's still in the movie. Her outfit is full green, like in the comics, gold costume with scaled layers. Aquaman's outfit is full bodysuit, not to the comics, orange ass top and green bottom. And then they said Aquaman's street clothes. Guess his street clothes.
You ain't asking me.
Just guess. Just guess what his street clothes could be.
A pair of jeans and a t-shirt.
You're almost right. Jeans, and of course, Jason Momoa, no t-shirt. You got to get all the women's movie. One of the guys was like, they saw his outfit and his street clothes, just jeans. I guess Aquaman is like, I'm king. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Let's see. So we have a bunch of cartoons. Tommen from the Game of Thrones has been cast. So Screen Rant also says he's been cast as Atlantic King. So I guess you were right. I apologize for doubting you. I'm so sorry.
You ain't doubt me.
Yeah, Joshua says
I read that more than you did.
I guess. Joshua says, I don't know why people are thinking the surprise that jail is lighter than BVS when Chris Terrio said that before the movie came out. They did. And there was an article also from November that stated that it would be lighter. It's like any trilogy in a sense. The darkest movie is the second one.
Look, you know how all these fights are saying, we got 60 things to know about. Look, here's the only thing you need to know. Come November, go watch the goddamn movie, and that's it.
Wow.
Who cares about all this extra bullshit that they want to sprinkle on top to get clickbait? That's all they're doing is flipping clickbait, assholes.
Yeah, there's a lot of clickbait. Let's see what else. Themyscira is back. Style Labs is exposed. Gordon is important. Willem Dafoe's role. Batmobile upgrades. Batman gets a new costume. Batman has a mech. Justice League has a team vehicle. There's another Batcave. Alfred gets action. Flash's costume. Everything we've talked about. Flash's apartment. We talked about Batman recruits Flash. Cyborg has an alien suit. I mean, come on. Wonder Woman costume changes. It's just a little bit more red. And the same amount of costumes were made. Oh yeah, the one thing. See, that's why I do like Frosty. At least he puts it out in some detail. He said there were 2,000 extras for this movie and 200 speaking roles. So if you got cast in this movie, especially, that's a lot of speaking roles, though. That's quite a bit if you think about it.
Dude, that's simple. 200 people speak. You got what? 7 members of the Justice League. They're going to take the bulk of the lines. Mm-hmm. Commissioner Gordon will probably get maybe 10 lines tops, and then everyone else gets a secondary cheap-ass word. Hey, how you doing? And keep it moving.
No, but that's still a lot, though, for a movie, though. Most movies don't. They don't credit a lot of things like that. So I'm just saying that if you're a background actor doing work in that, that's great. I mean, you get paid. Because you move to a speaking role, even if it's one line, it's a jump from making $110 an hour to like $5 or $10 grand, depending on what it is. That's cool. I'm just giving props to any actor who went from like standing in the corner and they look at you like, you. All right,
you get to speak today.
You're going to speak today. And most people are like, oh my God, I get to speak in the movie. But you think about it, you're like, I just got paid much better. So, hey, I'm just showing that support out there.
And then, the other part I didn't like is how they've made it seem like, oh, Gotham City is New York. And no, Metropolis is New York and Gotham City is Philadelphia.
No, that was
error.
No, that was no. No, that was the fashion designer who was talking about dressing.
Like I said, that's the worst compliment ever.
No, it's fine. I think it made sense.
No. New Yorkers don't know how to dress.
What?
All New Yorkers dressing in a bunch of Timberlands and jeans.
No. You're talking about people in the Bronx, okay? You come down to Midtown, you go down to Wall Street, it's different. And then, I'm sounding like a New Yorker now. My bad. I'm stupid.
You go down to Wall Street, you know you're going to get a bunch of suit and ties.
That's what he was inferring. He was inferring that Philadelphia has always been a working class city in general.
So what is he saying? What? Philadelphia dresses like a bunch of gangsters?
No, I said working class, idiot. I didn't say gangsters. What's wrong with you?
Oh, please, that city don't work.
Lou is just trying to be useless right now. Joshua says, right, just like Empire Strikes Back and Two Towers. Yeah, they're darkest movies, just not as dark as some people might want or want to perceive with this. But it seems like, this is a showcase. They hit a lot of points. It's nice. Oh, there's a new image of Wonder Woman. I will say, it's funny listening to all the different podcasts and people who have gone to the set and talking about this. One of the guys was like, Ray Fisher came and talked to them, and I think Elma Amber was also there. So he talked to everybody, and they found him very charming, approaching. And they said when Wonder Woman walked, one of the guys said when Wonder Woman walked to say hi, the guy was like, you know what? He knows a few people there who said they shouldn't have cast that. And you could see their mouth drop. So he was like, you know what? All these idiots, that kind of just one of those moments where you're like, you've been dissing this woman from your couch or whatever, right? And then now you see her in person because she's tall. She's not she looked just what you expect in the costume in real life. And watching them go, yeah, that's right. And you all were throwing hate out there early on. So, like I said, it's way out. Some people might be concerned they throw out too much. Really, they didn't show anything that, you wouldn't already know or at least expect to see in this movie. So here's
they didn't see much because they were on day 31 of the set.
And they only showed
111 days to go.
Yeah, they only showed them what they were filming that day, which was the rooftop of Gotham. And then they showed them a video of the Flash's apartment with Bruce Wayne. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
They're in London until September. Then they move to Los Angeles. And then they go to another location that hasn't been disclosed yet and finish out in October.
Yeah. And here's a new image from, I think this is from a cinema show of Wonder Woman for her movie. Ooh, look at that turn. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's for that's the License Expo screen.
Oh, thank you for Screen License Expo. So that is that's a new image.
It looks redder.
Yeah, it definitely looks lighter. You can even sense, even though that this is a silver tone, you can almost see you can see the blue at the bottom too. Like you can actually see the color spectrum compared before. So they've definitely made some of those changes there. I mean, yeah, they've made changes to match appeal and tone and all that. I think, I mean, if this movie goes as planned, again, it's a long way. I think the benefits they'll get, to me, it will make people want to go see Cyborg and Flash. That's one thing they needed to do out of this. You know, like a Batman movie, doesn't matter what happens even with Justice League. Let's say Justice League bombs. It's terrible, right? You can still release a Batman movie and people will watch.
Dude, if Justice League bombs, Zack Snyder might as well just hang up his directorial gig.
Exactly. But I'm throwing a hypothetical. I'm saying that what they needed from this is not really even Justice League itself. It's, again, like Flash and Cyborg. You need to show that, oh, I want to watch that movie. Aquaman also to a certain degree, but then again, if he shows up as being like the Ben Affleck, they said, there was a question. They said, how would Aquaman listen to you? He's a king. He's older than you. He's stronger than you, and you're a man. And he just was like, yeah, Jason Momoa is a strong dude, a strong personality. He's very stubborn, and we'll see how it works. So Aquaman is going to be the stubborn one in this whole thing, really stubborn into it, which he's always been in the comics anyway of late. So, you know, it makes sense to kind of put that in there. Yeah, they did say it's kind of like Ultron. What's his name? Cyborg's costume, in a sense, but he does have a battle mode. So we'll see how. I mean, and then again, to me, Cyborg's costume is the perfect costume for toy attachments, man.
What?
Toy attachments, toys. You know, like buy the Cyborg action figure, change the arm to the cannon arm, and then the jetpack, and then like the multi-arm, and like all that kind of stuff. Like that's just what his character is to a certain degree in that aspect. Joshua, when will you see Superman come? End of second act into the third. I think that's when he will probably start coming back to life. And then he's
already back to life. I already have a feeling we're going to see
he's regenerated.
The grave. Because remember when at the end of BVS how the ground started to shake and rise?
Yeah.
Since he moved at the speed of light, he was able to get out of there. No one detected him. And now he's off hiding somewhere. Maybe his cave, the Superman cave, chilling, recuperating, doing his thing there. And then when he gets all his strength back is when we see him come out of the shadows into this movie. And that would, like you said, the end of the second act, the start of the third.
Yeah. I mean, because if they're fighting Steppenwolf, literally none of them can touch Steppenwolf. This is called it, especially from the new
not even Wonder Woman?
Well, no one can try. Steppenwolf is, so you know Wonder Woman is the best fighter? Steppenwolf is a class above. Like just literally a class above. And he's a general. So and so this is, let me show you the look of Steppenwolf current comics compared to what they have now. So in the comics, this is what Steppenwolf looks like on the right. On the left, Steppenwolf is going to look somewhat like that, less human, more beast-like. Yeah, more beast-like in a sense. But he is a strategist, general, and a better fighter than all of them. And he's also he's as strong as Superman. So that's why I said he's in a class of his own.
See, power level-wise, Wonder Woman should be able to hang with him.
Yeah, she will hang, but she will hang for only so. She and Aquaman will be the ones doing the hanging. Right, and then Batman is in his vehicle telling Flash and Cyborg what to do, take out the other parademons and stuff like that. Now the parademons, in terms of the look of the parademons, it's going to look very similar to what we saw in BVS, except they now have two color schemes, which is basically from the comic books. One was green and said one was green and gold, the other one was I forgot the other color scheme, but pretty much colors you've seen in the comic books, and they have the same goggle eyes in there. So the parademons look exactly like this in a sense.
That's where a lot of the extras are going.
Yeah, that's where a lot of the extras are going. The extras are going into that, and extras also probably also going into the war at the very beginning. The war with the Atlanteans, humans, and stuff like that. So basically, all the extras from Wonder Woman movie basically just came to London. The female extras there, because you have these women fit and ready to go. You want to use them as soon as possible, and then you get extras for Atlanteans and extras for what do you call it again? Humans. So that's probably the scene they've been shooting recently more than anything else, because it would make sense. You want to go rehire those people afterwards, when it's just too late, especially the Wonder Woman cast and crew, all those people. So yeah, I mean, in general, it's good news. I think it's what's up, iMike Tech? I think it makes sense for them to put this out there because they needed positivity anyway. I think for two things. Number one, you don't want to go to Comic-Con with people having that bad taste in your mouth, right? From the evil negativity of BVS.
Dude, so but the bad taste will be gone.
Or come June 28th.
Yeah, once that BVS Ultimate Edition is released, the bad taste will be gone.
No, it won't go away.
If you still have a bad taste after watching that, then you just hated this movie.
Yeah, there are gonna be people who hate the movie. There are gonna be people who will tell you, "Oh, we don't like it," blah blah blah, this and that, all that stuff. But this is the path to that good taste. You think about it, right? That's why. Think about why they're dropping it now. You drop it now, you get the excitement. It's gonna also change some people's mindset a little bit for watching the Ultimate Cut. So when you watch the Ultimate Cut, and then you now move on to what do you call it again? Comic-Con. You see Suicide Squad. Remember, they're going to show it there. They're premiering Suicide Squad at Comic-Con. And then you're going to see first trailer of Wonder Woman. That's the way to move the direction forward and push it away from all that kind of negativity. iMac takes a quick little news. One of my best friend got cast to play a pilot in Transformers. Man, that's cool, man. That is nice. So just let us know who your best friend is, and we'll give a shout out. We'll be like, yeah, we saw him, and he crashed. Sorry.
That might be the case,
because that is Transformers. I mean, yeah,
that might be the case. I mean, I saw something the other day. I was like, okay, I hope they're not going in that direction. I mean, I found the plot of that movie a little stupid.
Let's not talk. Let's keep this focus here because I don't want to go into Transformers diatribe.
Oh God, why are they bringing back Megatron?
Yes. Joshua says WB is definitely going to win Comic-Con again this year. I mean, yeah, they have a lot to show. Marvel is showing Doctor Strange. I think that's it. And maybe some Spider-Man might be shown because Spider-Man already started shooting.
Oh, started shooting yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. Oh, I thought you were, okay. All right, then. They might not show any. Oh, they might just show us the title image and, stuff like that. And, video from the cast from set because they're not going to show anything. Let's see. I still think they shouldn't have dropped this version in the first place. Non-nerds were left trying to fill so many holes. You mean, yeah, I agree. I think they should have just dropped the Ultimate Cut, especially when you hear of how Luthor planned everything. And it's, like for us, we understood. But for we
knew he was the mastermind, but just watching him orchestrate it would have been brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it adds more to this type of Luthor because then no one believes he's the one planning it, right? You're like, come on, that nerd can't do it. Come on, it's no way. He's too emo, schizo, whatever. And you're like, oh wow, he actually planned everything. That cut out a lot of that, even though, like I said, we knew. Jonathan says the thing is through masses won't care to watch the Ultimate Cut. That's for hardcore fans. Nope, I disagree. The excitement and buzz for the Ultimate Cut, trust me, I think it will sell much more than the original. They've already built that buzz, and even where every reviewer is like, okay, I'm going to watch this just to see, then I think a lot of people will go there. You think we'll get a Wonder Woman trailer on Comic-Con? Yeah. Her movie's coming out in March, right?
The first half of next year, yeah. Yeah,
so it's coming out before summer. I'll tell you that much. So first trailer is going to drop during Comic-Con. Makes perfect sense. It's coming out around it's coming out same month as BVS came out. I just can't remember the date. Let me just cross check instead of me saying I think.
I believe it is March, the beginning part of March.
All right, release date for Wonder Woman. Oh, never mind, June 2nd. Still a good time to drop a trailer.
A year out.
Yeah,
you get a nice teaser. A nice teaser that'll get leaked online and force WB to leak it online.
yeah. You get a nice teaser trailer. I think we're good for Wonder Woman. Do y'all think? Okay, that's from Joshua. Sorry. So yeah, I think in terms of news, they knew they had to put stuff out. They knew they had to remember. And Frosty even said this in his video. He said he was on the set of Man of Steel. He's like he wasn't. I think only one outlet was on the set for BVS. So you can tell that they need that positivity going forward, because a lot of people were just writing bad rumors, a lot of clickbait shit, screen rants. Even though I like going there, they were guilty of clickbait articles, a lot of clickbait articles left and right. So when you have that, it doesn't bode well for pushing the right message of what your movie's about. You don't see a lot of clickbait articles for Marvel stuff. You see them drop news and that's it. So, that's the whole idea where that's coming from. And Jeff Johns, I mean, they still haven't announced Jeff Johns' role, even though basically from one of the podcasts I was listening to, they asked Ben Affleck, what's Jeff Johns' role? And he's like, oh, Jeff Johns' role is huge. He's doing this, he's like, he's the main guy. He covers everything. He's our guy we have to check back with to make sure it's correct, right? And then the publicist heard and they're like, and they asked him again, they're like, oh, Jeff Johns' nice, he's working with us and, he's just helping out. Because they're like, they haven't made the official now. I think they want to make it for Comic-Con. They haven't made the official announcement. And like, you just ask Ben Affleck, and because Ben Affleck was in that mood of telling everybody the truth when they said, when's your Batman movie coming out? I was like, I can't tell you the date, I have an official date, but I'm not going to make it. So he was in the mood to say, look, guys, I'm just going to tell you what's going to happen. That's pretty much it, in there. But I think that's it for news. If anything else drops, of course, that's major. We'll let you guys know. The other thing is Justice League I think I mentioned this earlier, but if you haven't heard, it's considered a standalone movie. There is Justice League 2, but it's considered a standalone in a sense. They're not trying to make you hooked into, you got to watch the sequel, because if you think about it, Man of Steel was technically a standalone. BVS can work as a standalone movie, if you really want to call it that. And Justice League should be able to work the same way.
Kind of was.
Yeah, so.
The version they gave us.
Yeah. No, even the Ultimate Cut would still feel like a standalone, because it's not like they're going to show the resurrection of. The only thing that maybe connects is the resurrection of Superman. That's the only thing that will move you forward to another movie, per se. But everything else is self-enclosed. All right, guys.
They're going to release the Ultimate Edition. Then in 6 months, they're going to release the director's cut, which will have another hour of footage, and that one will even be better.
No, there's no director's cut.
There's still an hour of footage that Snyder has for this movie that he didn't incorporate.
Yeah, it's in the 120 minutes of deleted footage. That's what it is.
And then he'll put that all back into the movie, and it'll flow.
No, Snyder always his Ultimate Cut is his last version of anything he releases. Watchmen had director's cut, then he had the Ultimate Cut. So for him, Ultimate Cut is his final cut, and I think what we're getting is his Ultimate Cut, because even what I've heard is that this is not even the original 3-hour cut. This is actually a little skewed to maybe how he really wanted to represent it. So it's still a 3-hour cut, but it's a few things have changed just the way he wanted to release it. And like I said, from all the things we've heard, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know why WB just didn't let that thing out. Just be done. It'll be much better.
Stupid idiots that run that company.
Who do you think the villain will be seeing in the Batman solo movie? Could be anyone. I know the Joker will show up. I can guarantee you there will be the Joker. I can guarantee you, this is just me. What's his name? Deadshot will be in the movie. It makes no sense that you have those guys on payroll, because they signed for multiple movies and not use them. It just will make no sense. I think Deadshot would not be a main focus either. it's either he's like the villain at the very beginning, or maybe actually Batman needs his help on something specific, or something like that. And Joker might be tied in somehow. I want it to be Hush. That's just me.
And they'll probably go with Deathstroke.
I don't think Deathstroke though. I think they would save Deathstroke for later.
Since he hasn't been introduced yet, they go with him.
I think Deathstroke might be the villain in Flash and Cyborg. Might be a smaller villain that would lead to that Titans movie instead of being a Cyborg movie. Because Deathstroke is he is a big Batman villain, but he was tormenting the Titans, or Teen Titans. That was their tormentor completely. Because the guy is, what do you say?
If they decide to do the Titans movie, then that's the villain they should use.
That's why I said that if they go with Flash Cyborg in the Flash movie, then you might want to do a Titans movie where that is introduced. I think that would make sense. You all think they explain where Commissioner Gordon was in jail since he wasn't in BVS? He wasn't needed in BVS. I don't think you need to explain anything. That was Batman being dark. He didn't want to talk to anybody. Which even in the trailer for the Ultimate Cut, that old dude just said he's pissed and angry, and this is not like I've ever seen him before. That should just explain clearly that, okay, Batman has some real issues. I won't mind seeing Clayface. What do you all think of Warcraft's success? So I watched Warcraft. I'm going to say this briefly. So when I was in LA, Daniel had already watched Warcraft, and I was like, "How is Warcraft?" He hated Warcraft. He's like, "I hate the movie. It's the worst movie ever." So I watched Warcraft recently this past weekend, and I absolutely enjoyed the movie. I mean,
like I said, I never played the game, but I enjoyed the movie.
I enjoyed the movie. I see where some of the issues were, where it felt fast-paced in certain things. Daniel's big issue was there's a big fight at the end, and it was really fast. But then I go, humans against orcs. If you're a human being, you want that fight to be quick.
It has to be quick. In reality, the orc crushes the humans.
The orcs,
throughout most of the movie, the orcs were kicking.
And I think that was
ass.
I think that was what they tried to portray. I think it was hard to show on film because even when you see the battles between humans and the orcs, it was the humans who were killing the orcs were doing like quick, precise cuts. You know what I mean? Like you cut a limb to bring him down, then you stab him in the heart, or you cut the head off. There was no slice and dice. And the orcs, when they killed human beings, was crush.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good story. The thing about it was when I watched it, I didn't want to play the game, but I wanted to find out more about some of the backstory, like the wizard, the human wizard. What did he do? Why was he
the traitor?
Yeah, the traitor. Was he connected to what's her name's character? The half human, half orc. Because he was hinting that he had traveled.
Paula Patton?
Yeah, remember he was hinting he had traveled somewhere entirely. He's like, I've traveled to many lands and I met a woman who was strong in her tribe and accepted me. That's all he said.
Maybe he was her daddy.
Yeah, maybe he was. Who knows? But there was so much backstory that a lot of people were like, yeah, it's like you can't. There was no way to tell the backstory because it would have been boring for a backstory. I agree. So you just don't want to tell that because there's no action going to happen in the backstory. Remember, the land had peace, right, forever, for such a long time.
We do know who did get some from Paula Patton in that movie.
Who what?
Ragnar Lothbrok got some from Paula Patton.
No, he didn't.
Man, they kissed. They faded to another scene, but damn well he tapped that.
Look, that did not happen.
They made sweet orc love.
Okay. I thought Warcraft was okay. I like the world and mythology they had in it, but I think a second movie might be better. I agree. It's definitely not as good. No, it's not as good as Lord of the Rings. But
hell no.
I think the problem is it had a problem of telling a story that nobody knew, and to build that backstory to tell like you could do in Lord of the Rings with the first movie, you were not good. You didn't have that chance. There was no way you're going to do it. There was no way.
Well, see, Lord of the Rings was a different monster because you already knew there was two more books coming.
Yeah.
So the first book is all set up.
Yeah.
Where the second book was some action, and the third book is a lot more action.
Yeah, but again, as I said, Lord of the Rings also is a property I never read, but I knew of. Like it was in people's minds. Warcraft is something that, you know, when you watch the movie, now I want to know the story. I wish they had like cutscenes, and I could just go watch the cutscenes on YouTube and get, from the game, right? And just get the backstory from there. Because there's a lot of backstory in there. You know, you have the Guardian, you have the major magicians, you have Meryl Streep. What's the name? Show up as some creature in a black box. Not Meryl Streep. What's her name again? She's in the 101 Dalmatians. Oh crap! What's her name?
Glenn Close.
Glenn Close. Thank you. Glenn Close was in the movie too. You wouldn't even know. So I think there's a lot. I liked it there. And in terms of success, China is going to make that movie a lot of money. You know, a lot of people who play the games know it. So,
dude, that movie's already made what it made in the box office.
Yeah.
And then it's so big for video on demand rights in China.
Mm-hmm.
So they're getting a sequel. The problem is, will it even come to the U.S.?
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. So,
because now Legendary is a Chinese company.
The benefit, I mean, Legendary, you know what? Maybe they knew. That's why they accepted the bid from the Chinese company to buy. But also it's a wise move because now instead of them getting 25% of the cut from China, they get 50 because they're a Chinese company now. Because that's the deal for all studios going into China. You only get 25 of the box office. Think about that. You make a movie. Yes, this guy's distributed it, and you're not getting a 50-50 cut. You're getting 25. That's not good. That's not business-wise. That's rough. That really is rough. So it makes sense. So I mean, like I said, I liked Warcraft. I think it was good.
No, Jonathan. Street Fighter movie sucked. The first Mortal Kombat was good.
First Mortal Kombat was fun. Yeah, first one was fun. Second was that. But anyway, guys, let's wrap up. There was good stuff from the Justice League news. I'm going to put this up with podcast so you guys can listen to it. And it will be on SoundCloud. So I'll put it up in hopefully in an hour or so. If you guys have any more questions, any thoughts, if there's anything you read, please drop it in the comments. We'll definitely chime in and discuss with you there. Any more news, any major news that drops, we will, of course, come up and do something. Otherwise, guys, thank you very much. And always enjoy your entertainment.
Oh.
Everyone, definitely subscribe to. Definitely do that.